Coming up on 9 News Mornings, a parole officer killed in Colorado Springs. It all began with a crash that led law enforcement to alert phones across the state. The latest details on what happened. 2020 was one of Colorado's most extreme wildfire years. Now researchers say they think it's more likely to happen again. And students entering a new school can have a lot of nerves. Our Cool School this morning makes sure the newest learners don't feel too far away from home. 9 News Mornings starts now.
Well, good Friday morning, everyone. Taking a live look at Denver Ball Arena there in the foreground. Another warm day as we head into the weekend. TGIF, baby. Good morning, Corey, Jordan, Ed, and Erica with you.
You're not happy about it, are
At
you?
all.
It's also National Coffee Day.
Yeah.
So a lot of places are actually giving out free cups of Joe.
Yes,
nice.
please.
Erica and I are in the market for a free cup of Joe,
Oh,
especially this morning, right?
Free is for us, right?
That's
what we
right.
say.
And hey, we're getting ready for a really nice weekend as well.
We are. Temperatures, we're crossing over from September to October this weekend. Last day of September, Saturday. First day of October is Sunday.
Ain't gonna feel like it though.
Staying in the 80s. Let's take a look outside of what we have right now. And you can see 57 degrees in Denver, kind of mild temperatures, 50s over the eastern plains, 30s, 40s higher up, or 50s over in the west. Mostly clear skies right now, as we had yesterday. Maybe an isolated storm at the higher elevations. Really, that's going to be about it. Then we have mostly clear skies around here. Changes a little tomorrow, though. Mostly sunny skies, warm, 84 degrees today. More in the way of clouds tomorrow, but still warm with a high of 86. We're 84 again on Sunday with sunny skies. Here's Monday at 82 degrees. But then the next system comes our way with much cooler air. Take a look at this, Corey. 68 degrees.
Why would you do that?
For an isolated shower
Why?
or thunderstorm. I want you to be prepared.
You take that somewhere else, Ed.
Don't say it didn't warn you.
I can't wait. On the contrary, I'm so excited for fall. Right now, we want to show you what the drive looks like this morning. This is 270 and York. Still pretty dark out here, but a few cars on the interstate there. I-25 and Thornton Parkway running very smoothly. This is I-70 and 270. Nothing to worry about. Same thing goes for I-25 and Alameda. We want to take you to our graphics and check in. We're seeing a lot of green. However, I am beginning to see just a little bit of a slowdown on C470, just a little bit before University through Highlands Ranch, traveling in the eastbound direction. So maybe that'll pop up to be a crash, but overall in great shape. If you're making that drive from Fort Collins into the metro area down towards C470 this morning, E470 area, you are fully in the green. No issues on either side of 225 right now. Northbound drive from Castle Rock to 225 on I-25 is just a quick 15 minutes.
All right, Erica, thank you. Right now, the search is on for a car that might have been involved in an attempted theft at an ATM. Jeffco Sheriff deputies say that the ATM was located in a Walmart parking lot at West Bowles Avenue and Coal Mine. They believe the suspects trying to blow up the ATM to get access. Deputies say the car is a red Honda CR-V with a covered license plate. No money was taken from the ATM, and right now the road in front of that Walmart is closed.
Right now, West Metro Fire is trying to put out a fire in Lakewood. Here is a look at the abandoned building that's still burning and being fed by an open gas line. It's near West 13th Avenue and Chase Street. Crews are worried about surrounding townhomes, but they have not been affected. We'll update you as we get some more information. New this morning, a state parole officer in Colorado Springs has died. Another is in the hospital after police say a man ran over them and then took off.
Yeah, you might have gotten a notification on your phone yesterday from investigators asking for help tracking down the suspect. Cole Sullivan has more from Colorado Springs.
The hospital behind me was the starting point for that solemn procession through Colorado Springs last night as dozens of law enforcement officers escorted one of their own to the county coroner's office. The incident began just before 4 o'clock, just off of I-25 in downtown Colorado Springs. Springs police say that 2 parole officers were injured when a suspect hit them with a car. They issued an alert for that suspect that went to phones across the state. They found that suspect, the hit-and-run suspect, in custody around 7 o'clock last night. We still don't know a lot about what happened to lead up to this incident. We don't know the condition of the other parole officer who was injured, nor the name of the parole officer who died. The head of the Department of Corrections says family notification was still going on late last night. There will be a press conference later today with Colorado Springs Police where we expect to fill in some of these details about exactly what happened yesterday afternoon. Reporting in Colorado Springs, I'm Cole Sullivan, 9 News.
Now, this is the first Department of Corrections employee killed in an act of violence in 10 years. Back in March of 2013, the DOC director, Tom Clements, was ambushed and killed at his home. The suspect in this case, Justin Kula's criminal history shows he has been charged in the past with second-degree assault on a peace officer and parole violations related to domestic violence, drug possession, and violating a protection order. His most recent arrests were in July and August, both on parole violations.
4 people are heading to prison after a violent crime spree targeting 9 victims across multiple communities. Prosecutors say they all pleaded guilty to the laundry list of crimes that happened one night in August 2021. It started around 1:45 in the morning on August 28th with the suspect shooting another driver near 72nd and Federal in Westminster. They went to Denver, rammed a car, then assaulted and robbed the passengers and a bystander who tried to help. In Arvada, they beat up one driver and carjacked another. The crime spree ended with the suspects blocking a car parked outside of a 7-Eleven on North Pecos Street. They threatened the 2 people inside with guns and yanked them out of the car. The driver ended up with serious injuries. Deputies tracked them down not long after. Lalani Sanchez, Deshaun Flores, and Sergio Bucio and Dominica Meza all pleaded guilty to charges including robbery, assault, and car theft. The DA for the 17th district says that their sentences range from 6 to 33 years in prison.
Former Adams County Sheriff Rick Riggenborn is facing a felony trial. Prosecutors say the ex-sheriff, who got voted out in a Democratic primary, forged police training records. Riggenborn, his former undersheriff Tommy McLallen, and his former training supervisor Mickey Bethel face a stack of charges. The indictment alleges that those 3 guys faked their own training records instead of just doing the courses. They missed out on refreshers on stuff like how to make arrests, drive a patrol car safely. The name Sheriff Riggenborn may sound familiar. He made headlines for live streaming with a talk radio host in his car as they joined a police chase and kept chasing when other officers determined it was too dangerous. After all his live streaming attention, the sheriff signed Adams County up to be on the TV show Cops. Both of his co-defendants left the department after being placed on leave for investigation.
It's official. The city of Arvada and the family of a Good Samaritan have reached an over $2.5 million settlement in a lawsuit stemming from a shooting in 2021. Kathleen Boland filed a lawsuit against Arvada PD a year after her son, Johnny Hurley, was shot and killed by one of their officers. In June 2021, Hurley shot and killed Ronald Troike, who had just ambushed and fatally shot an Arvada PD officer near where he was in Old Town. Hurley picked up Troike's rifle and was then shot and killed by a responding officer. Boland says moving on has been a struggle.
For a long time, I knew that my spirit forgave him. But as Johnny's mother, I struggled with how to do that. Johnny was a hero, not just because I say so. Ask anyone who was in the square that day. Ask the chief of police. Ask the community of Arvada. I think they all remember clearly what happened that day.
Boland says part of the settlement includes a memorial commemorating what happened that day. Both parties are unsure whether it will be a plaque or a statue.
When Denver's new mayor took office, around 500 migrants were staying in shelters. Now, just 2 months later, that number has jumped to more than 1,900. Yesterday, more than 100 people waited outside an intake center. The migrants, mostly men with small children, hope to get into the city's shelter system or get a bus ticket to another city. Mayor Mike Johnston says that right now, more than 200 migrants are arriving every day. For a while, the city has provided shelter at facilities not owned by Denver. But as the number of arrivals continue to go up, we're starting to see city-owned facilities open back up again.
We are working on opening new facilities. We're working on partnering with community-based organizations. We're in talk with a number of community partners who've expressed interest in offering up and sharing facilities with us.
Mayor Johnston pointed blame at Governor Greg Abbott in Texas. He says more and more migrants are coming to Denver because the governor is sending people here on buses, even if they had no plans to come to Denver.
Denver just started putting porta potties and hand washing stations at homeless encampments. For years, health experts have been saying that the city's public sanitation infrastructure, like restrooms and running water, was a public safety issue. Well, over the course of 3 years, House Keys Action Network and researchers from Regis University and DU took stock of 271 public restrooms and water fountains across Denver. Researchers found those amenities were not always accessible to people living on the streets, and many weren't functioning at all. During a survey in the summer of 2022, they found 38% of Plum Park facilities weren't open or functioning during normal weekday hours. Even when available, the facilities were often dirty, broken, or not secured with locks. The researchers also surveyed nearly 200 unhoused people for this study. Nearly a third said that the lack of sanitation led to physical or mental health issues. We spoke to 2 Coloradans moving into city-run hotel shelters this week who both highlighted the importance of running water.
I'm sleeping in a hotel room with my dog on a bed with a toilet, which is amazing.
Because I can like take a shower and then go to like a job interview or go to the doctor's, you know, so that's just like those little things that I don't know, I guess I really used to take for granted, and now I can finally I just feel human again. I don't feel human right now.
Denver Parks and Rec says that they are working directly with homeless advocates as they install porta potties at encampments. House Keys says they want those facilities to be ADA compliant and cleaned as frequently as twice a day.